I want to speak briefly about INDOPACOM. It is over half the world's population. Ukraine puts 50 million metric tons of corn and wheat into the export markets. Russia is also responsible for a tremendous amount of wheat going into the global food supply. Russia has recently prohibited the export of sunflower seed. It seems that Russia is now using food literally as a weapon of war. I just want to make sure that at the DoD we are paying attention to the potential for a significant reduction in the global food supply and what that means for the INDOPACOM region, where Ukraine is the largest supplier of the UN World Food Program. Are those assessments being done by DIA or any other type of analyzing agency with regard to the potential unrest and instability in the INDOPACOM region?
Those assessments continue to be done, sir, and this has been a focus. It is a focus of our government, and across the interagency, a number of agencies are looking at this, but we certainly share your concern.
I want to that part of the world and really the global economy, the Black Sea region, is something that the United States nor NATO have seemed to have a strategy for. And I do hope that as we push forward, we will develop a strategy for the Black Sea region. The importance of that with regard to the world food supply, I don't think can be overestimated. There's another country in that region that I'm extremely concerned about. That's the country of Georgia. They have a partnership with the Georgia National Guard, one of the many state partnerships that we have. What are we doing with regard to those partnerships to make sure that over the long term those partnerships are strengthened and using their ability to help fund putting the weapon systems in the region where we need them? In other words, as we talk about going to fight, we fight by, with, and through partners. And I want to make sure that we are using those partnerships to get the weapons in the region in such a manner that the U.S. does not pay all of the cost.
Yeah, we can continue to do great work in countries like Georgia, and I was there a couple of months ago, and I did get a chance to go out and visit with our troops that are actually doing some of that training that you mentioned. This is invaluable. It provides us great capabilities, and so we will continue to invest in this. In terms of specific needs of countries, we'll work those on a case-by-case, individual basis. But the value of our troops engaging with countries in the region cannot be overstated. They are doing a tremendous job.
One of my concerns, Mr. Secretary, is when we divest equipment in the United States. I think the A-10 is probably the best example. This is a weapon system that the DoD has requested that we divest from over the last several years, at least as long as I can remember being a member of Congress. Yet when we look at the European theater right now, it's clearly a weapon system that if people who share our interests and our values had them, they would be doing even better in the war against Russia. The DoD's position on divestment in the past has basically been that you just get rid of the weapon system. Has DoD changed their thought process on that so that when we divest from a weapon system, are we going to now allow people who share our interests and our values the opportunity to purchase and maintain that system?
We have over time provided capabilities that we no longer use to other countries. And in every case, in terms of a high-end capability, I think you have to start with a threat. And if they use this piece of equipment or this system or capability in that environment, will it be relevant? And so as we look at the air defense systems that we can expect Georgia to encounter, we look at the training that's required. We look at the maintenance capabilities and those sorts of things. All of that goes into an assessment to to see whether or not it makes sense to actually do that. But
Gentleman's-
certainly, you make a great point.
Gentleman's time has expired.